Relaxing.
Radio worth watching.
Radio worth watching.
Number one then, and number one now.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep. Heffron and Reep, rated number one podcast by the World Podcasting Federation and the Podcast Ranking Association. No, for real, it says it right here.
Lock it in and rip the knob off.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep, the show formerly known as Last Podcasting.
What is that? What are you doing?
The guys didn't want their
What are you doing? I didn't say launch no
100 years
sequence.
ago.
Stop
So
that
now
thing. Seriously, this is now. How many shows in a row have we gone where you guys have just completely just misfired? You just pull out the gun and you start shooting. And Ari Shafir's mic's here. People think like when I complain that the it doesn't start the way that I want.
Yeah.
I get emails and tweets telling people to relax. People, I'm just kidding. It's not. I don't really care.
No,
No.
You care about everything, but you've become so like distant to all those feelings that it's just like a natural thing. Like, okay, next, let's get some pizza.
Okay, so let's do this then.
You got a whole setup here with your iPad?
Dude, you've never see. I want to impress Ari. Here's how it's supposed to go, Ari.
You're professional as fuck.
Listen to this.
Number one.
Okay, this plays this. Okay.
And number one now.
Okay.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep.
Heffron and Reep.
This
Rated
tells
number
people
one
we're number one.
podcast by the World Podcasting
Number one?
Federation and the Podcast Ranking Association. No, for real, it says it right here.
This is the epicenter of audio frequency entertainment.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Can't get enough of it.
Oh, yeah. You guys are the best.
Heffron and Reep.
I love you, love you, love you.
The Heffron and Reep Show.
That sounds like radio.
Hey, everybody, this is John Heffron with special guest Ari Shafir in with us.
Hi, y'all. Do I have to say y'all today?
No, because guess what,
I can
Ari?
hear you, man.
Oh, fuck.
There's a guest on the
How
phone.
did the redneck learn how to use the telephone?
He's in Detroit. Jon Reep is. Well, listen to this. Anytime we say Reep, listen.
Reep.
Is in Detroit on his movie. So over to the right as a guest, I have our really good friend Ari Shafir, and then Jon Reep is on the phone with us from Detroit.
How's it going, Reaper?
It's going, buddy. Yeah, if you ever want to know what it's like inside of John Heffron's head, just listen to this podcast. That's exactly what it's like. There's all these bells and whistles. Everything is going off at once, and it's just chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're sometimes light on content, but big on fluff is kind of our motto. You know what I mean? Like your podcast is really interesting because you pick one topic and you really dive into various topics.
Yeah.
We don't.
Had some fun. No. You guys do a lot of sound effects.
We do a lot of sound effects.
That's cool.
We do a lot of sound effects, and we kind of hardly get into anything of any type of depth. And if we
nice
do,
too.
Here's a little thing. Like sometimes, and I'm showing Ari a lot of this because he's our guest.
Well, now, what would happen if I mention Jon Reep right now?
I would sometimes go
Reep.
Oh, cool.
But let's say we're talking about something, right? And we run its course, okay? So let's say we're just going, so what else is going on? See, that's not a good way to podcast. So here's what we do. Just say the last thing of a sentence. Like we just finished a big
That's
conversation.
what I told him, and there's nothing really else to say.
Heffron and Reep. Subject change.
So a lot of other cool things going on in the news. So then that way we do that. So
Reep, what do you think of all this?
It's hilarious. It's honestly, it's like I listen to a lot of radio up here in Detroit, and I see where he gets it. There's a lot of radio stations like that are still doing that shit, man, and it's hilarious. Every time I listen to it, I start laughing. Like this. What was that thing you had, John? The cruise for summers, girls. I don't know what it was. You said.
I'll do this. Ready? Okay. What song?
Cruise.
This is the Reep hates this song, but I'll do it. Right. All right, everybody, don't forget it's 7/17. We got our Cruise for Women Only tickets. Make sure you hit our website, put your name in. And later on today, we'll be giving out $50 in free gas cards right out here. It's 3:05. Here's Worlds Collide on Heffron and Reep.
And that is exactly what every radio station in Detroit
That is what they
sounds
do.
like.
That's what so many radio stations do.
So
You do that really well. You even banged your pencil.
we did the thing, yeah. And then that's usually when you would go pee or something. You usually have like 2 minutes or 3 minutes to a song.
Those guys always know exactly the right time to stop before the lyrics start.
It's really amazing. It's called like hitting the post is what
Yeah.
it's called. And it's like, I'll do it. It's like a weird...
Do they have a countdown or something that lets them know when the lyrics start on the song?
You just know. You just have a feeling.
Oh, wow.
Like, watch here. Why?
You can't do it with the new song. You wouldn't know.
Watch. I'm gonna show you something right here. Why you do that? I'm gonna find why you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Reep, how is your movie?
Oh, it's a lot of fun, man. I've been sitting up here doing jack shit for about 2 weeks.
Really?
It's a lot of like, yeah, it's weird. They got me up here all the way to like October because they don't know exactly when they want to use me and my little buddy that I'm shooting with.
Until October.
Because of the weather. The sky has to be exactly right
wow.
for them to shoot our scenes, which are outdoors, because we're always like trying to chase tornadoes and shit. But
No wonder people would not shoot in Detroit ever. That sounds really...
it's so cheap. There's nothing here. I mean, everyone left.
Oh, yeah.
I am actually where the studio that I'm working with, New Line Cinema, they have a studio here right next to the hotel it used to be an old GM test facility. And it's like a ghost town here, man. They're like...
Really?
All these like huge corporate buildings are just abandoned now, and there's
Yeah.
like grass growing up out of the concrete. You know, it's really sad.
That's Detroit.
Wow. Does it look like
Except
I Am
for
Legend?
the fact that we're shooting movies up here now, so that's kind of neat.
All right.
Have you beaten off in a public bathroom there yet?
No, I
That'd be
haven't.
gross.
You know what? Wait a minute, have I? No, I haven't.
I should ask, how many different rooms overall, since you've gotten to Detroit, have you masturbated in? And that includes the airplane if you're still doing it over Detroit airspace.
I have not done it in the airplane.
Definitely your
I haven't
hotel
done that
room.
one in a while. The last time I had, did you know that Jen and I had sex in the family bathroom at the airport in
That's
Charlotte?
amazing. That's just amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah, like you didn't worry about all the baby diapers that have been changed on that table.
Well,
Like,
I didn't
did you
I
do
didn't
it
put her
on
bare
that?
ass
Did
on
you
the
do
baby-
it on that
changing table?
on
I
that
just sort of
koala
like,
thing?
I would have
bent
put
over the
someone's
sink.
bare ass on the...
On the koala? It's the
Wait.
koala bear thing that you
Is it
pulled up.
sink?
Well, there's a sink and there's a lot of space. There's a sink. There's a huge mirror. There's a little John the koala bear baby changing station. But we didn't even mess with that. She just we just pulled her pants down and she bent over and put her hands on the sink and then we just went for it that way.
Nice.
Wow. Look how edgy Reep's getting. He's been in Detroit for 3 weeks. He's already keeping it real. He's already spinning. Like, all right, look, I'm going to show you how well you have this in you, even though you've never done it before. You're going to promote something, whatever it is. Let's say when we come back from this song, we're going to talk about why do you have to be
about this.
just mentally just a train wreck to be a comic? We're going to talk about that when we come back from this song. So you want to tell them that, and then also tell them some random weather or time. Without hearing the song, you have to feel when the song's about to start.
Okay.
And I have no idea. I'm just going to pick. I'm going to go slower. Let's try this one.
All right, everybody. So I got my story. Oh, I'm already fucking it up, right?
You haven't started singing yet, so you still have time.
Ooh, doesn't count?
No.
All right, everybody, don't forget, when we come back, we'll be talking about whether or not comics are crazy. I got my Storyteller show coming up August 21st. Fuck.
See?
I didn't know that one.
Well, see, you got to feel
It
it.
is hard.
All right, Rick,
Hey,
do you
John,
want
can I try it?
Okay,
Yeah.
do you want to, let's see. Do you want slower or faster?
I don't care. Just pick
Okay, here we
something.
go. Here, we're a classic rock station, Reep. We're classic rock station. And me and you are doing a bar appearance at Shady's from 8 to 10 on Friday. And if people come on down, they'll get free Jon Reep and whatever name of our show is stickers. Okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Ready?
All right, it's going to be a great week, folks. The great show we have on the phone calling in. We have a shrink who's going to tell us if comics are really crazy and why they're offing themselves all the time. And don't forget, we're going to be at Shady's from 8 to 10. We're going to give out lots of free merchandise, bumper stickers, and high fives. Come on down.
Wow!
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
God.
Except the only thing my boss would say is you have to end it always on it's Heffron and Reep.
Dude, I totally.
Okay, so
I could barely hear the music. Did I get it right? Almost.
You
did.
nailed it. So it was like, come on down, Ricky. Wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
was
Okay.
perfect.
Let me just try one more because I love it. Ready? A lot of parents out there. Oh, see, shit.
Yeah, the yeahs and stuff. That's no.
You cussed, John.
here's
John,
it.
you just cussed.
Oh, yeah, but I'm on a different screen, so that's $1 to Ruin the Warriors. Ready?
Here, I'll do the. I'll do
Every
the
time you
noise for
curse.
There you go.
There we go. Ready? Hey everybody, it's the Heffron and Reep Show. Make sure you check us out on Twitter, Heffron and Reep. I'm out of the zone now. Yeah, Ari, we have a thing. Every time we cuss, every time we say fuck or shit, we donate $1 to the Wounded Warriors.
Wait.
And we have a website called theswearjarfund.com. So
Here's why I like that.
just on our podcast.
Here's
So-
why I like that. Just because it'll help you watch yourself. You don't want to curse a lot.
Yeah.
Also, it's a good cause.
Yes.
Here's why it's weird. Wounded Warriors curse like crazy.
But here's kind of why we did it. So now we have permission just to curse all the time.
Oh.
And we're doing it for good. You know, sometimes people hear people swearing and then they go, oh, really? You really need to dumb it down. You got to swear like that. So now we've taken that away from people. So every time they hear us swear, they're like, that was good. I'm really proud of them.
Nice. Retrain people.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Do you
Heffron and Reep. Subject change.
How long has this been going on like this?
We've since the get-go. Actually,
Really?
I've done it less now because you should see before I would have intros and then I'd play clips of me and Reep doing stand-up and all this stuff, and it was too many buttons for me to hit, and then I would get
Reep,
my.
do you have an iPad too?
Do I have an iPad? Yeah,
No,
I got an iPad.
Do you do have all these things like at your disposal?
Yeah, but I'm not there to do it. So whoever's there, I get, it's the same cord, John. You just plug in, and you got that whole system right there on your iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
Wow.
And then I have Reep music. Like sometimes if Reep's talking, like if we play a game, I do this to him. Because this is my official Jon Reep soundtrack.
I like that.
And anytime he's telling a story.
Slide guitar.
Yeah.
Well, hell, we was just going down to Charlotte, and okay, I was getting into it.
All right, so I think we have a guest on the phone, which I'm not sure. He said he was on here, but I have no idea how to conference him in. It's my friend, Dr. Joe. It's my friend, but I don't know how to say Goose. G-U-S-E. Do you know if he's on the phone? Do you have any idea if
I need to hang up?
No, you don't.
How do we
need-
do phones here? Oh, we don't know how to do phones.
We don't know. We're the first show to do phones here. Call me. So Ari,
Yeah.
what's going on with you? Let's talk about you, our guest.
I'm doing really good. I'm
You
doing
have
really
about
good.
500 podcasts all over.
Yeah, I got a few.
Well, what are your podcasts that you got going on?
Right after this on this Toad Hop Network, today will be
Punch Drunk?
Punch Drunk. Thank
Right.
you. Thank you.
You're a sports one.
Yeah, I did get high in the car before we started, so
perfect.
it's hard to snap onto certain things. And then I have Ari Shafir Skeptic Tank, which is available on my website.
And now that one you do,
or iTunes.
And that one you just do. That's one that you have questions. You ask.
I usually cover a topic and then fuck around. Usually most people are comics I interview, so we make jokes and stuff.
The guy we're gonna have on.
Like when I had you guys and we talked about Beatrice Phillips having swamp pussy.
Oh, that's right.
That was about Last Comic Standing.
Pussy's probably worth about $3.
Swamp pussy.
Yeah, and then that's why also when we found out that Jon Reep's old roommate Eric Stokes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
Eric
Eric?
Stokes.
What did
I
he
still
do?
get-
What did he do to you? I forgot the story, John.
Oh no, we were just roommates. I mean, he was really bitching about because he was going out for Back to the Future, and he had worked on it for like a month straight, and then they just didn't like him. He wasn't he didn't screen test very well,
Right.
And he wasn't he was playing it more serious, and his serious was too serious.
And
Where
they're-
Michael J. Fox's serious was a little bit lighthearted and a little bit funnier, and they just ended up going with him, and he was just devastated.
So I got to ask you, when your roommate Eric Stokes came back, when
We have a winner.
Yeah. When he came back from the audition, was he mad? What did he do? How did he handle that? Like, if you didn't get Back to Future, I'd probably just booze it up the whole
before
weekend.
it came out, no one knew how well it was going to do at the time, and he was. He was kind of downplaying it, although I could tell it was really upsetting him because it sounded dumb. The concept just sounded a DeLorean goes back to the future. It runs on garbage disposal stuff. It really sounded.
He didn't
dumb.
see it going anywhere.
Yeah, and so no one knew how well it was going to do, but I could tell it really affected him because he was hitting the booze pretty hard there, like every night,
wow.
drinking till like
That's
4 or
crazy.
5 o'clock
Yeah,
in the morning. And just shouting at the TV.
Yeah.
Wasn't he kind of violent? Didn't you say that once, that he'd kind of get boozed up and just really kind of...
Well, yeah, he threw the remote control at me one time because...
No, really?
Yeah, and he got mad because I didn't refill the ice trays in the freezer. Like he would get mad if I would just take one cube out and put it back in and then not take all the cubes out and put it in the bin
Eric
and then
Stokes.
refill it. Like he bitched me out one day about that. And then another time he had the remote control in his hand and he had it pointing towards him and he was trying to change the channel and it wasn't working. So I just politely walked over and just took it out of his hand and turned it around the correct way. And then he just thought I was being condescending and like threw the fucking thing at me, almost hit my head. But he would get that way sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, John. You were telling
from it.
you were telling the story, and then somebody walked in.
The finger?
No.
Oh.
The person behind me.
Yeah.
And we totally kind of got lost in who's walking behind us.
What was the ding for then?
Reep
cursed?
Reep cursed.
Oh, Jesus, I don't even hear them.
I'm watching you guys, by the way, on ToadHopNetwork.com/live. I can see you guys.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you can.
How does it look? On your computer you're watching?
Yeah.
How does it look?
It's different. I mean, Ari, I like your, what's your black triple crown? What is that? What's your shirt say, Ari?
Triple Crown Tattoo Parlor?
What's tattoo
Austin,
parlor?
Texas.
Didn't you have a beard before? Did you? I guess
I shaved it like a month ago before I went to Montreal and all that stuff.
Okay.
Oh, you
And
should have
John,
been
what
there
does
this year,
your shirt say,
John. You should have been there this year. It was fun.
Montreal.
Yeah, what happened? What I miss?
It was mushrooms, first of all.
Did you do mushrooms?
Yeah. Mushrooms, booze.
I did it
everything.
one time.
Yeah, you were supposed to be there this year, right? Except for this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna try
I was
to
actually
answer this.
I saw your name on there.
Hey, John?
Hey, Joe, hold on one second. Reep, are you still there?
Hello.
Yeah, you hold on for a second, and let me try to see. Why are they making me run the phone? I knew I would do both of this not right. See, you can't. There's too much ADD.
Do you take
wait a
Adderall
second.
like how many times a day? do you
I've
need
never
it?
taken it. Should I
What?
take it?
Absolutely.
Who's on the phone now? Is Jon Reep on the phone? Jon Reep.
good to see you. Here.
Okay, so you're not Jon Reep talking. You're Joe. I lost Jon Reep. And you know what's great is people seeing me flounder right now.
Yeah.
And I would like to applaud the amount of people that are coming to try to help me figure out.
Zero? Is it zero?
It's zero. It would be.
Roddy Piper's in the hallway. What are they going to fucking care about you? And your stupid S.
I know. Well, that's what I was telling Reep. Reep, if you probably can still hear us. Roddy Piper just came behind us, and that's why when John was telling us a story, nobody was listening.
He's a showman. He steals focus. That's what he knows how to do for a living.
That's true. That's true. You know what I like about this podcast so far this
Yeah.
week? It's just going nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where you guys normally go.
Well, just why don't you take us somewhere while I figure out a scene? Because, okay, so here we go. On the
Did you
phone,
hear
we
it?
have my buddy Joe,
Yeah.
right? No, now we
Joe's not
now we don't even have Joe.
I love how mad this
Seriously?
is making you.
Yeah, why does it make me
You're so worked up. You're like, I'm trying to do things in a certain way, and when they're not done, just...
Well, it's. I want to put out a quality product.
Dude, okay, forget the Adderall. You really have to smoke some pot once in a while.
I've never had it. What does
You
Adderall
have
do?
had it.
I've
There's
had
no
pot.
way.
Yes, yeah, but I've never had Adderall.
Adderall speeds you up unless you're super sped up already, and then it'll slow you down.
Really?
It'll calm you and focus you.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's try this.
There's a guest on the phone.
Oh, nice.
Hello, guest on the phone.
Yeah, this is Joe again.
Joe, this is John Heffron with my good friend Ari Shafir here. Jon Reep, I don't know how to get to you, and nobody's trying to help me find you. And I see you calling right now, but I'm not going to take the call, Jon Reep, because I don't know how it goes down. But maybe our Dr. Joe right here
Are they going to be able to...
can help us,
Yeah.
Ari, because he's written a bunch of books on why comics self-destruct. And he was featured in the television show, The Tragic Side of Comedy. So he's written a bunch of books on Belushi.
Oh, that was a real segue earlier that we were trying to make?
In Farley. Right, Joe?
Yep, that's it.
Perfect. And so he's done a lot of research on just humor, how it can help people who are suffering from depression or crazy like me. But he's also done a lot of research on just why comics self-destruct and why we kind of like to hang out in that excess.
Yeah, how come the drugs? What's with the drugs, doctor?
Well, I mean, I think it's something to do with having to be on all the time. You know what I mean? It's like, Ramus called it the imposter syndrome. It's like you think at any moment, like the world's going to kind of catch on and understand that you're a fraud.
Oh, yeah. I've had this thing. This is why comedians get nervous. That's why comics get nervous in front of club owners or anybody that we're showcasing in front of. We get nervous only because we feel like we're not trained in any way to do this. And this person, some old club owner, they're going to know. They're going to know I'm making it all up. And I don't know what I'm doing.
That's weird. I do that every week. Like when you get paid. Yeah, when you get paid and you fill out the 1099 as I'm walking back to the hotel on that Sunday show when everything's done. I literally, one of the first thoughts in my head is, well, fooled everybody for another week.
Yeah. It's got to also be because we're up late at night and there's not much to do besides drugs. And also because we can do our jobs while we're on drugs, let alone while it's in our system still from before, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't exactly be in air traffic control and that statement's going to fit. So it's kind of a unique niche as a comic.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So why, Ari, do you think that comics who, let's say, if we're sticking with that, like to get boozed up or, super high or whatever, do you think creatively that helps, or do you think eventually that becomes a crutch where they go, oh, if I was not as messed up, then I couldn't produce the way that I wanted to?
Sometimes it definitely becomes a crutch where people say, I have to do this. I know a lot of people.
What are you more creative? You like smoking the herbage.
I like smoking pot before I go on stage, but if I have some showcase to do, I have to be really like on point and say the specific bits. Then it'll be worse if I'm on pot.
Right.
So I'm not saying I won't do it. I'm just saying it'll be worse.
So let me ask you this though, because here's what I like about you, Ari. Is
Jewish girl's so hot.
What are we doing? We're taking a break in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Perfect, because if we're being too loud for the people in the hallway, let me know, because me and Ari can start whispering.
No, we're not.
What were you saying?
I don't remember.
Can we just take the break now? Is there any way we can just take the break now?
Joe, have you ever seen somebody that you knew was like, oh, you're going to die soon, and then they died?
The wheels are coming off.
Have you seen that? Have you seen like somebody when you were like, okay, you needed to get it together? Because you wrote a book on Belushi, right?
Yeah, Belushi and Farley, yep.
Did you know he was going to die? Either one of them? Were you like seeing it coming?
It's funny because I was at the time I kind of ran in the same circles as Farley, and he had that look about him. I've dealt with lots of people that had panic attacks, and you think you're going to die, and I've had them myself, and it's terrifying. But Chris actually was sweating at such a inhuman level. He just looked like his body he wasn't meant to be in there very much longer.
Yeah, that's just tons of coke, right? And fatness. That just together, that's a good cocktail for heart attacks.
Yeah, and he knew he was flirting with it. I mean, he called it. He actually had a little bit of an obsession with the number 33 because that's when Belushi died. So he was kind of fixated on that number. It was almost like the 27 thing with musicians, but that was very much in Farley's head.
Oh, wow. They lived at the same age?
Yeah, 33. They had a lot of similarities. They were both kind of the Second City fat guy. Second City always kind of had the token big guy that the audience can kind of laugh at and laugh with, and physical comedy. And there was a lot of really some of those creepy similarities.
Fat guy, hot chick, black dude. What else do they always have in any group?
Yeah. You kind of got the token whore. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got some kind of authority in there.
She doesn't write so much, but man, we really want to do every sketch with her. She just seems to shine.
Yeah, it does seem like it's a little bit of a system.
Yeah.
But everything's that way, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, we're going to play this, and then we're going to do a thing, because like I always say, once you get a podcast going and you spend 13 minutes really hitting some tough issues, it's always important to stop down and take a break.
Yeah.
We're exhausted. We've been talking for about 12 minutes. And
that's my paperwork.
And who can keep this up? So we'll be right back.
Heffron and Reep. We'll be right back.
I'm just addicted to it.
Oh, yeah.
Just all around cool. They're awesome. Number one.
You're listening to the Toad Hop Network, radio worth watching.
The SodaStream Soda Maker is fun as hell. The kids are going to love it. There's 50 different flavors, and it's healthy. There's no fructose, corn syrup, or aspartame. So pick one up at Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, Macy's, Kohl's, and Walmart. Or just go to SodaStream.
Saturday night, August 25th. It's the hottest party to hit the West Valley since, well, ever. Heidi and Frank, after hours live at the Canyon Club.
You're doing shows out in the garage? This is classy.
See Heidi, Frank, Smeeze, and their cast of characters doing their live stage show.
You know what I mean? There's nothing like watching water run down this body.
Plus, the Tasty Thieves will rock the house. Heidi and Frank, after hours live at the Canyon Club. Saturday night, August 25th. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster or Canyon.
Then you better come in. It's just ability, that reason that we're so thin. Living and dying, and the stories that are true. Secret to a collapse, knowing when you're through. Black coat, white shoes, red hair, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bombs. Black coat, white shoes, red hair, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bombs. Back in the hole where they got him living like a rapper, he's smarter than that. 9 lives like a cat, 15 years old, take them to the youth authority home. First thing you learn, you gotta make it in this world alone. Black coat, white shoes, white hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, white hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Now he's gone out, he got free, he got a coat, got a car. He's only when you don't ignore the numbers from the bar. He's paid his people, he's getting deep in whatever he can move on, and you know that kid a creeping. Black coat, white shoes, white hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, white hat, Cadillac. The boys are time bomb. The boys are time bomb. Tears come from the razor left and tattooed below his eye. His mother cries, she knows that he is strong enough to die. He's rolling in the Cadillac, his midnight, some roof is down. 3 shots right out of here and then the new king is crowned. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb.
You're listening to the Toad Hop Network, radio worth watching.
Hello, everybody. Man, see, here's another one, Ari, right here.
Okay.
We can also bring it down a little bit. Like sometimes if we want a...
Guys, let's talk about what happened in Rwanda today, if we could.
And if we wanted, we'll play it like this.
I always feel safe. I always feel like my kids can listen.
Most definitely.
It's awesome.
Oh, maybe that's not about Rwanda.
This is the Heffron and Reep Show. Heffron
I always feel
and
safe.
Reep.
Oh, yay!
This is our country.
All the radio announcements actually happen.
Anyway, today we're talking about marriages that lasted over 50 years. If you're a 50-year-plus marriage, call in. We'd love to talk to you.
We talk about everybody here. So with all the Skype and Reep, I'm done with it because I don't know how it works. And as you can see, my ADD kicks in, and it's just too much for me. I'd rather focus on the conversation. And we're also hearing some random voices right now.
Yeah, what is it?
So I'm hanging up on. I've just hung up on everybody. I've just completely taken you guys offline because I can no longer be distracted by you guys. You guys have been holding me down since I started this podcast. If it wasn't for you guys, I'd have 8 billion listeners. But you know what? Right now, we only have 8 trillion. So anyway, so Ari, let's talk about writing for a second.
Mm-hmm.
You just told me that you have an office somewhere by where we are here. So you physically leave your house.
Yeah.
and then you go to like a secondary location, almost like a college library.
Yeah,
and,
be like that.
That fascinates me because I do nothing like at my house. Like I had a workout room literally 2 steps down. I had a spare bedroom and I turned it into like a cool workout room and stuff like that. And I never worked out.
Yeah,
so I found
because it's right there. You have to go off site.
Gotcha. Yeah, Reep, why don't you take the rest of the day off? We can't. I'm done with the phones. The phones are actually getting me mad.
They're getting you angry?
I'm getting angry at the phone, so I'm no longer even doing the phone. So I'm going to dance with the one.
It worked okay with Reep, didn't it?
I'm going to dance with the one I came with, which is Ari Shafir, who's here with me.
It worked with Reep. His thing worked. How'd you get that? But
then he called from the hotel in Detroit because he's calling from, he's actually calling using the phone in your hotel room.
That's crazy.
Which, like $8 million like a minute.
$90 a second.
So he wants us to call him, but who's, what? They're going to have me do that. And I'm not calling him.
I'll call him.
There should be a phone. Right. Anyway, so you leave your house.
I leave my house. I can't do it there. I knew this when I started. I have to like go to like La Jolla to work out there for 2 days and then like do stuff at the condo. Try to,
see, that fascinating. I've never written a joke. I've never. No, this is not a slam on myself.
I get the shit together. I don't write either. You've never written a joke? What?
I've never sat down to write a joke. I've never sat at my computer and go, I'm going to write a joke about whatever.
Yeah.
I only write on stage. So, like, when I'm on stage talking about something, something new will pop up into my head, just like in a normal conversation. Yeah. And then I go deeper into that. And then when I get off stage, I'm like, oh, crap, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah. That's how I used to do it.
And then I record them.
And that's how I usually still do it. But when I have to do these stories once a month or so.
Right.
And I'm out of, like, stories that I normally would tell. So it's like I have to think of something, that's happened.
Right.
Then I have to get my thoughts together, and I have to really sit there and like look at a computer, and then as I write stuff down. I guess that's how you should write everything, maybe. But like, yeah. And then also if I have to go over like if I have some TV set and I'm like or some show, I'm like I have to think about like I'll write out my bits, just the titles, and say like which one do I want to choose here.
Right.
And get the time. Just anything
and
done.
Do you use it though? So you go there, you leave your house.
It's not every day or anything. It's not every day, but yeah, I'll go there, leave my house. I'll just do something over there. Usually, when I have to do one of those stories, like 2 or 3 days before that, I'm in there a lot. If I have to, once I had to like write up my entire set,
right?
I can't. I'm never going to do it at home. I'm never going to do that.
You know what I use? I'll record, and you have the same piece of equipment that I use. I'll record a show. There's a disabled vet guy. His service is like 24-hour transcripts or something like that. You upload the MP3 to him, and within 3 hours, you'll have every single word you said transcribed. And you get it in a document, and it's 20 pages.
How much is it?
For up to 45 minutes, or could be an hour. I think it's $14.
Well, that's not very much. I would definitely have done that to save myself the work. I had to do that for Canada this year, for Just for Laughs.
Yeah, you just upload the thing, and then sometimes they'll go like you know, and then it has your words, and they say audience, and then laughter. So if the audience laughs big enough for them to have to pause, they can put that in, which is cool because then you'll see on paper like a whole paragraph. And then you'll see laughter. They don't count like the little laughing during it. And then you can look at that and go, why am I speaking for a full paragraph to say that? Then when you read it, sometimes you go, there's a lot that's completely, or just ego. Like for some reason, I'm trying to sound smart right here, or those comics like, here's my point of view, and I'm going to ram it down your throat. I'm not that guy, so I'm like, why am I talking this long about this?
What Madrigal does is he'll take like a 30-second to a minute chunk, and he'll be like, he'll write that out, and he'll be like, where can I put extra laughs in? But if you see it written out like that, you can't. Or you do, like you said, like, there's too much here. I can say this in one word.
It's amazing how I had a really great set. I'm like, man, just, some days things flow perfect. And you're like, never said it that way before. Never did that. Perfect. Sent it to the guy. Went to sleep, woke up, all written down, read it completely. Yeah. It's amazing how unfunny stuff sometimes seems when it's written. When you're like, okay, my personality is the only thing carrying this joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my delivery or just how I
call
am.
Finessing a joke. It's like if it's not funny, I can still finesse it and get laughs.
Yeah. There's tricks to finesse stuff, but you're like on paper, if you were just to read it, if I was to tweet this joke that gets applause at a club, you wouldn't even get a retweet.
Yeah.
So you should use that guide. Then you never have to do that ever again.
Well, that's good. Well, I don't mind writing out the 30 seconds of it if I can just look at it myself and like really keep thinking about it. But yeah, I should use that guide.
I did it for when I was at Montreal. I just cut and pasted everything. I just went and you want my set, and I just grabbed stuff and I cut and pasted, threw it all together, sent it off.
Send it to that guy.
Whole process took maybe 2 minutes tops.
Wow. What did you do with the extra time? Did you masturbate?
I did. I painted churches.
Okay, nice.
I got some kids, like I like to do. What do you call them when you give them to you?
Jerry's kids?
Not Jerry's. Adopt kids. Yeah. I adopted some kids.
Are you going to do that? You know what I started thinking about recently?
What?
That if you don't adopt a kid, if you get a kid and don't adopt them, it's sort of an asshole move. Like, what do you want your genes to be carried on? Is that what it is?
Are you saying people should adopt?
Yeah, there's like kids. They have them. Like, they already have pound puppies. Why would you fucking ask a breeder to breed a dog for you? Like, they already have.
I guess I thought about that because I'm in my 40s and I don't have kids yet. And mathematically,
but when everyone's like, no, I want to know that I would teach this kid. I'm like, what does that have to do with your genes? And people are like, well, so it could have. It's like, do you think your genes are that great?
Yeah, because you're
like, what are you talking about?
Your genes are done. One generation
from royalty, I could see it.
Yeah, like I just did my family ancestry with Ancestry.com all the way back to like the 1500s.
I've overcome my genes.
You go one generation back, nobody cares.
Nobody, yeah.
Do you think about your now? This is do you think about your great grandpa?
Only when I masturbate.
That's like $5 we'll give right there. Masturbating to dead grandpa jokes. But like so you're right. So your genes is your next your kid. Yeah. But then after that, you're just some random old guy in some picture some kid a generation later might or might not see.
Yeah.
Now would you like adopt? I was going to talk to my wife about that.
Exactly. They won't remember you.
What happens? I wonder how much trouble, if not, maybe it works out fine if you adopt like a 6 or 7 year old. Because if you're 6 or 7 and you've been put through the ringer a little bit, those kids have had at 6 or 7 a way harder life than I've ever had with my 40 years combined.
Then you have nature working against you and also nurture working against you.
Yeah, so like
if he already knows how to break into cars
at 6 or 7, I mean,
going to be an issue.
Does that work out for people?
Maybe.
It kind of seems like it's the right thing to do, though. If you can financially, if you can financially do it or go, listen, you might have some subconscious-y stuff that we should deal with, but it may or may not be able to give you a better life. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Or maybe we're just hungry. Because is this like a girl conversation? We're talking about children.
Yeah, I don't want them at all.
Nothing. You have no like. There's not even an ounce in your head.
They're cute to play with. I have more of a desire to get a dog.
Really?
Yeah. But I won't get a dog because it's just not the right time.
Right.
I don't have a yard to play in. I'm gone a lot. I live like a fucking slob.
Now, do you think what happens? Because this is what I do. Because I don't have kids.
I would definitely leave dog shit in the apartment for like weeks. I know I would do that at some point. I'm like,
there's a company you can hire that picks that up. I pay for them. It's a dog. It's called Pet Butler. They come in the pick up shit every other day.
Really?
I'm gone 40 some weeks a year. No one in my house would take care of it if I would come home and have a month's worth of dog shit laying around if I didn't subcontract that out.
Wow.
Do you ever think about what would happen if, like, let's say, now you're an older guy. Let's jump. We have a time machine thing. Hold on, listen. Okay. Let's go 30 years in the future.
All right.
Okay, so now.
Oh my God, what happened?
It's weird, right? So now, how old are you now? Let's say we're 60-something now.
Yeah.
We don't have kids.
Yeah.
And now we're hanging out in the Sunnyvale.
Same time of year. Exactly 30 years from now.
Yeah.
I'm 68 years old. You're however old you are.
Yeah, we're same age. And we have nobody coming to visit us.
Hey, John, tomorrow, you want to go jet skiing?
Oh, that's right, because we probably live maybe in some cool comics who never had
We're
kids.
near the ocean. Like, we're probably still doing fun stuff. Hey, let's go see Batman tomorrow during the day.
I see what you're saying.
We'll still be having fun. But when we lying
in bed, though, when we sometimes I think about that. I'm going to be some alone guy in a hospice by myself. Nobody coming to visit me.
Like my grandmother, or my other grandmother, or everybody's grandparents. You mean like them?
Well, you want family. I mean, I know
they don't come. Nobody comes to visit fucking senile grandpa or grandma. It's an annoyance that we don't want to face, and we hope they die.
Well, I know.
That's what happens. So it's not going to change that.
I know when.
Loving family all around you at all times. They got shit. They have jobs. They have to get the jobs. That's movie shit.
It does happen. It will. But I know when my mom was in the hospice, I was there when I watched my mom die.
Yeah.
There's a guy in the room next to her.
Yeah.
I don't know how old this guy was. Like way older. He was probably 70. He would wake up every morning, sing Frank Sinatra, some song I wasn't aware of, but he was singing at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
I was visiting my mom for about 2 weeks during that whole lovely process. Nobody came and saw this guy one time.
Yeah.
So a couple times I'd pop in there.
Hospice is when you know you're going to die.
Yeah, it's not.
Someone just sees you out.
It sucks. Well, it sucks, but it's also hospices are for. This is a really fun podcast. It's hospice are actually for. They actually help the people. The people there help me almost as much as they help my mom. Because there were some days you're just like, seriously, I'm watching my mom die when this, no one taught me how to deal with this. It's the one thing in life that nobody ever sits you down and go, let's give you some skills to deal with this before it actually happens.
Was she, how unsenile was she? Was she like there mentally?
Oh, yes. My mom was like 58.
Could she talk to you?
Not the last days.
What did she have?
Cancer? She had cancer, and then what happened is I flew back to Michigan, and then my grandma said, your mom's being weird. Like, so my mom turned a corner mentally where she started cutting cords with scissors. Like, it was a weird...
Oh.
She went from fine to saying, hey, happy birthday, to then something just in her brain kind of clicked. And then the hospice people said, we have room, you have to take your mom now. Like, and because hospice places it's really quick vacancies. So they're like, you got to go now. And one little lesson I learned from that is my mom, her life liked buying nice things, and she was, a credit card chick, and she really liked looking like she had some cash, even though a lot of times she played it. So as the hospice people said, you have to leave right now. We literally will let you in there, but it's like a half-hour window. There's a lineup of 30 people that need this spot. At the hospice.
Okay.
So you have to leave now. So my mom goes, where are we going? And I'm like, well, we're going to go to some place, that we can take care of you a little better. And she goes out to the car. The nurse goes to me, get your mom's things. Now, I'm taking my mom to die.
Yeah.
I'm like looking, I've never felt so.
What do you do, pictures?
I've never felt so like you're standing there going, does she need a purse? She doesn't need a purse.
No.
But women has always had her purse.
Maybe she'll like having it by her.
So I grabbed the purse, and then I looked at everything else, and I ended up, my mom was really into, she was drinking a lot of root beer at the time. It was so I grabbed a pair of sweatpants, like junkie sweatpants, and threw it in a plastic bag, and I grabbed a 12-pack of root beer. And I'm walking to the car, and I closed the door, and as I was walking, I had one of those breathtaking moments where, knowing my mom and how she lived her life when she was constantly working credit cards, and it was just always money issues with her.
Yeah.
And I looked at my two hands, and I realized all of that hustle came down to a pair of sweatpants and a 12-pack of root beer. Like every stressful, this bill isn't on time. I need this. I want that. I need that. It came down to sweatpants and root beer. And then at that moment is actually when I had one of those life-changing things when I realized that if I spend money, I'm always going to spend money on experiences and not things.
Right, because you won't have
Because things I'm going to leave behind, and whoever's got to deal with that. Experiences, we go jet skiing.
Yeah, I can. It's when you realize it's all meaningless. Like, why not have
I
fun?
can take that with me no matter what hospice that I'm at. So while we're going to the hospice, my mom was like really freaking out. So I gave her a pill. The nurse said, just give her this, whatever it was, maybe morphine or something like that. And I gave it to her. And the last thing my mom said to me, she goes, why did Johnny give me the death pill? So now I have the guilt of my mom saying,
Jesus,
why did I just poison her? Even though, listen, I know she didn't think I gave her the death pill. But still,
she wasn't able to talk for 2 days after that?
No, then she got there, and then, she said this, she came out and she said this place was really nice, and then she would lie there. She couldn't open her eyes, and she would, moan, and just in a lot of pain and wherever she was. But the nurse said to me, hearing is the last thing to go. So no matter what, don't stop talking. Even though she can't respond, don't stop talking. So we bring up, fun stories and stuff. And then I had one of my CDs.
This is like a last meal, sort of, right? Like you just want like nice things around you.
Yeah, so I put in one of my CD, and she would moan and do a thing. But when my comedy thing was on the back, like I let it play at night, she would stop doing it, and then I'd see her crying. So either she thought my comedy sucked so bad that that's the last thing that she wanted to hear, or she wanted. And it was weird that we had maybe 10, 15 people in the room, and she was just holding on. And then I was like, at one point, this sounds really brutal, but at one point you're like, why? Now I'm only asking her to hold on for strictly selfish reasons.
Not only because you're supposed to. It's like this person's gone.
But now I'm just like this thing. And then she thought that everybody was gone, and which somebody was like, I think my wife was sleeping on the floor or something. And so she thought it was only me and her in the room, and that's when she passed. Wow. So there you go. So I guess on this funny podcast, here's what you always learn if that ever happens is remember that people will always they can hear you no matter what. So to always tell good stories. It's gonna suck for you as a person still alive, but deal with that afterwards.
Did you hope she would
it's not about you. And then spend money on experiences, not things. That was the biggest thing, because I was I'm still not good with money, but that cut down my
So you take trips?
Yeah. Now I do stuff, and I go to seminars and do stuff where people are like, why would you? I enjoy doing things more than physically having a drawer full of electronics, and stuff like that.
Just becomes clutter at some point.
What were you going to ask? You said, Did
you ever hope that she would go faster so you didn't have to be there?
What do you mean? Like to get off someplace else?
In the hospice, where you're like, get out of here so I can go, so I can get back with my life.
No, because it was a weird mixture of you go, okay, there's obviously no return. So now it's just, so then you're being selfish, but it's you were so confused. Like you were so, you didn't know how to feel. And I never left. Like I was afraid to even go to the vending machine. I was afraid because I'm like, what if, in the one time, I think I went to go to McDonald's. I think it was 3 days. And I think one of the nurses goes, you have to take care of yourself too. You haven't left the room. I'm like, I'm not gonna not be here, when it goes down. Yeah.
It's weird how it's like they're dying, so now it's not you, but in general, people go well, I should be with my parents, they're dying. But it's like, what about when they're living? They're gonna die at some point.
Yeah, well, you
my parents every.
I know it sounds cheesy, but every time, if you're in your early 20s or 30s when your parents call and are annoying, or can you go to the beach house with some friends, or maybe your parents come home for Thanksgiving. After the fact, it's like, man, especially when you reach a certain age where you go, that time isn't always going to be there. And it's weird, even after this time, after 4 or 5 years, things will happen where I'll pick up my phone and go, I'm going to call my mom. Why would my mom not want to know that I did a show with the Muppets? And you have those moments that never go away, and you're like, seriously. And the only time it sucked the day of, and obviously and break down. And then somebody told me once to go, the time that it's really going to hit you randomly will be when you're at a grocery store. You're going to be at a grocery store, and then you're just going to have a breakdown halfway to the grocery. I'm like, why would it be a grocery store? And sure as shit, I'm in an aisle in a grocery store, because you have so much conditioning and anchoring of going shopping with your mom for food.
I wonder if Ralph's managers see that shit all the time.
Or if you just see somebody you walk by, I think the
just
cereal
breaking down, all right, let's go. Oh, maybe the cereal aisle, yeah.
Probably if you broke down after a parent's passing, probably the cereal aisle would be the most.
I'd be the kosher food section, because I only go there now by accident when I'm looking for hot sauce or something. Yeah, because they always put Chinese, Mexican, and Jewish foods. Just all right, you over there.
Yeah, so I guess that brings that thing. So then we have to, I guess, make a pact that if you don't have kids, I just want to be some.
It's but you're worried you're going to have kids for 18 years of just being legally obligated to them for the 22 days that you're one day possibly going to be in a hospice if you don't just have a heart attack and die. That's what you're going to change your life completely.
For the 2 weeks as I'm laying there and I can't even speak
if you do it well, then someone will go see you during that time. Your buddies will go see you.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Or who cares?
Well, you see me with the
It's like 20
podcast.
days.
You don't think I'm going to care, like, at the funeral? I'm going to be like, what music are you playing when people walk in? Why are you playing this song?
Yeah.
Let's have a little upbeat.
Yeah.
How's it going to end? Make sure
The
you
aisles
try.
are too big.
You try to sell my merchandise afterwards, if you could.
I think we
sell
should all
some.
have some memories of Isabel Heffron. And, the tour dates are all on my website, and you can see me. What are the people who work at with those places like? The people like own them. Like, who goes in and says, "I want to open a business where people are dying are going to come, and I'm going to care for those people."
One, it's a great business that whatever, but the place where I was at in Michigan, the people there are unbelievable. Like, just really like, yeah, it was really cool. Like, it made me
unbelievably great. About
it made me actually want to, this particular one is only one site, but I know like Gilda's Club or Gilda's House, Gilda Radner. Has the hospices all around.
I'm really into snuff films, so it's kind of the same thing.
Hey, do you want to plug something? Listen to this. Let's say you got some shows you want to plug, Ari. Watch this.
Heffron and Reep. Shameless plugs.
Oh, nice. My next Storyteller show is August 21st at the Improv in Los Angeles, and I'll be in Las Vegas this weekend.
16th,
17th, and 18th.
And what are the 100 podcasts that I think...
Ari Shafir, Skeptic Tank, Punch Drunk, new one with the hooker coming soon. And
that one was popular. You had that one recently.
Yeah, we're gonna have some
She's
advice.
like a spin-off.
Her and I, we're gonna spin it off to its own thing. Give dating advice from a hooker and comedian.
Nice.
And then ridiculous now that I think about it.
Well, it's probably good.
And I don't know, writing and performing.
I'm gonna do mine.
Heffron and Reep. Shameless plugs.
Just go to johnheffron.com. I'm everywhere for now until January. It's almost too much to even plug. This week, I will be in Louisville. Next week, I have been in San Francisco. And then there's some Nashville thrown in there. And then there's a Michigan thrown in there. And then there's some other place. But I'm gone every week.
That's a good way to do it.
For the rest of the week.
Just say, I got Michigan, then St. Louis, then this, then that, then that. Go to johnheffron.com.
Don't you ever get sick of just plugging yourself constantly? Like every week.
One thing I don't want to do.
Every week I have to, or you have to do that hustle, or
and it's like every week
you're somewhere else, and people are like, we get it, but you have to.
I wish there was a way on like Twitter or things like this to only let like the Vegas listeners know. Only let like certain listeners know.
Yeah, you need to. On Facebook now, you can do that.
You can just do it.
You can just go, and just so people aren't like, God, hey, whore, quit plugging yourself
when
constantly.
You're in that city, then I will.
Yeah.
When I have a podcast, I do it to everybody.
And then you plug everything though, and then you'll leave the next week, and then if you let's say you plug Vegas for 5 weeks, the very Monday you get back, somebody go, hey, will you let me know anytime you're in Vegas?
Oh yeah.
And you're done. Speaking of plugging.
Heffron and Reep. Follow them on Twitter.
Totally for sure.
At Heffron and Reep.
Who does all these? Who's that?
I got a guy, man.
Really?
You want some of these made? I got a guy, dude.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh wait, here's another.
Yeah, maybe you can get one made where it's like Armenians suck, and we'll just
tell
like play that for Sam. Wouldn't that be good?
If you email me,
we'll be like, what?
Yeah, if you email me what you want to say, I'll get it done. I know a guy. He's on the corner. He's on the corner of Hollywood and Vine, and he does radio drops.
How much does it cost to do those?
You just gotta give him a hand job, and he'll make these for you. No, these are pretty cheap, actually.
I think you get $5, $500.
No, I think you get like 5 for like $24. Like I had this one. This one made.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep. One of the Johns is out, so per their agreement, when one's gone, the other will talk positive about them and plug dates for them in their absence for 15 seconds starting now.
Everybody go to @Jon Reep on Twitter or johnreep.com or Facebook /Jon Reep. Tell them how much you miss him on the show. I would appreciate it.
Okay, now back to the show.
See?
That's so great. I'm making some of those. Don't tell those guys. I'm going to make some of these.
I'm going to get some of these made so when I'm on my deathbed in my hospice and I can't speak like my mom did, I'm going to be able to hit drops and speak to the people who are in my room.
Oh, nice.
Like John Heffron
yeah.
really wasn't a fan of yours and kind of thought you were kind of a tool through life. So we'd ask you to kindly to leave.
Yes, probably, by the way, when you're ready to be in hospice, you'll have video capabilities of just playing loved ones like messages to you.
I'm thinking hopefully by the time we're in hospices 30, 40 years from now, there's some crazy genetic gene doping type of stuff that'll just maybe, you know what I mean, keep us going for even. I've already decided I'm going to Sylvester Stallone it when I'm 50. I'm going to inject as much stuff as humanly possible. I will outrun any disease or thing that it'll be able to catch up to me. And I'm also going to start to smoke. I'm going to smoke. I'm going to do everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to outrun everything, but I'm going to wait till I'm 50 years old.
And then like, cool, that's pretty much a life. This is all bonus time. Let's have fun.
Let's do it. Ari Shafir, thank you so much for having me on your show.
Yeah, no problem.
If you have any complaints about the show, make sure you contact Ari Shafir online. It was all his fault. I appreciate it, buddy. We'll see you guys next time.
You're listening to the Toad Hop Network, radio worth watching.